talk to you about what it was like entering into the informatics field for the very first time. Hi, you guys, this is Jen from Informatics Life, where I give you real world informatics content as well as about health tech and leadership. I get that question a lot. Now, I have been in the informatics realm since 2013, so going on 8 years now? Oh my goodness. And many of you know I'm a nurse and I'm a senior nurse manager of nursing informatics department now. So I have had my whole body immersed in informatics now. So I am here to share the wealth of information with you to get you ready to get into the field. The top question I do get a lot is, hey Jen, don't you miss bedside and your patients and working in the hospital? No, I don't. Now, to each his own, okay? I am not trying to say you won't miss. I do know people who have loved informatics to go back into the bedside. So everyone is different. I respect everyone out there where you are, where your purpose, where your giftings are, where you're supposed to be in life, all right? So do I personally miss it? No, I don't. And that's okay. Like, I am still a nurse. I'm still a registered nurse. I still have to think like a nurse. I just have to add in IT as well. I have to keep my nursing science plus IT to make my job, my career work well. I have to have both because I'm a nurse informatics specialist. So I do have to have both. Nervousness. Was I nervous? Yes, I was nervous, y'all. I knew bedside. That's all I took care of patients. Every day I would come to work. I would have my assignment of patients, and that's where my heart was. So when I was entering into the informatics field, I was nervous. I didn't know what to expect. Of course, I read the job description back then, but I don't know. I was just like, oh my gosh, like, are people gonna like me? I knew I was gonna be over. Actually, I don't even think I knew that I was gonna be taking over units. Like, when I went into the field, I was kind of like oblivious to what I was getting myself into. All this information that I give you guys, I didn't have this. So I kind of just was talking to people, the informatics nurse specialist. I talked to him a little bit that was coming to my floor, but he didn't know me and I didn't know him. And so it was like everything was just gonna be a new experience for me. So I was nervous, for sure nervous. And I would definitely have to say that it didn't go away for a very long time. I didn't want to make any mistakes too. Like, that was like a big thing for me, because on the floor, I knew how to start IVs. I knew, well, kind of, sort of. I have bone marrow transplant. We were used to ports. So let me, I'm gonna let y'all hear that, but no, don't let me start an IV. I was the last person to ask because all my patients had lines. We got PICC lines, and they had mid lines, PICC lines, ports. That's all I worked with. I did not work with IV lines and stuff like that. But like other things, putting in Foley catheter, starting IV drips, starting chemotherapy, getting trained in chemotherapy. I knew all that stuff like the back of my hand. Seriously, that was all stuff, piece of cake to me. I didn't want to make a mistake in the field. And this was just definitely brand new territory, something I had never done before. And of course I'd be nervous. That ties into my next thing, anxiety. Yeah, I would go home and just be anxious about the next day because, you're teaching in front of, I knew I was going to be teaching. They told me, oh, you'll be teaching new hires and things like that in training classes. So yes, I was pretty nervous about what words would come out of my mouth because, I knew like if I said the wrong thing or if I taught the wrong thing, I'm teaching in front of like 30, 40 people, new hires, brand new nurses, as well as training sometimes 50, 60 people in a new technology training course. And I didn't want to make a fool out of myself. So it was definitely something that I had to get used to. It was some anxiety there, of course, tied into nervousness, because that's just very normal human experience when you're getting into the field, of course, of any new field, I should say. So I talked about nervousness, I talked about anxiety, but I do have to explain one other thing, and that was excitement. I was excited. Like, you will be a ball of emotions because, you know, informatics is one of those fields that's hard to get into. It is very hard to get into because, you know, a lot of times there's not that many positions open for it because so many people, can get saturated, or people are there for long term. Yes, people don't want to quit. So a lot of times informatics is one of those fields that people will want to be there forever. So you have to wait a long time to get in because nobody is retiring unless the department grows. Then you could potentially, you know, get a position in there. Or a lot of informatics nurse specialists, they'll transition to the IT because you remember that we're the nursing informatics is that sandwich in between operations and IT. A lot of times when nurses come from operations to the informatics, they get to know all the IT people and they transition out into another department. So therefore, they'll transition out and then spots open in the department, and then that's how we get more people. And I can say from my experience, that is the mega truth. It's a lot of transitioning out to IT. People don't quit. They actually end up just going into IT realm, and then more people come in. Excitement is definitely something that I had about getting into it. You know, it was one of my it was a dream job. You know, a lot of people want to get in, and I was truly blessed to get in. And y'all know me, I tried 3 times. I didn't quit. I talked to HR. I talked to anybody who I could talk to. What are y'all looking for? What can I do to get in? You know, because I truly knew that that was like where I wanted to be for the rest of my life. And that's what happened. So nervousness, anxiety, as well as excitement. That's the emotional state that I was in entering into the informatics realm. Look, please check out the next few videos because I'm going to give you more tips, more experiences on entering into the informatics field, so that way you can be prepared. You'll know what to expect. If you like this type of content, like and subscribe down below, and I will serve you with more. That's what I'm here for. Thank you for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. You guys continue to be the best you, and I hope to see you next video. This is Jen Lewis, Nurse Informatics Specialist, signing off.